Alright guys, it is time. We're back with Orcs Must Die 2. Endless mode. Now, we can't change the difficulty because it's just locked on the War Mage for some reason. I don't remember if it used to have other difficulties, but I guess not. So, we're going back to a very early level, Tunnels. You'll remember it once you see it. And here you go. Oh, never mind. It didn't even really. Well, if you go back and you pause it on that screen, I can imagine it'll say something like, "Beat a certain amount of waves and you get 5 skulls. Endless mode. Pick what you want. Play with what you want, and last as long as you can. Try not to lose lives. Losing lives will end the game." I think that's just about what it'll say. Alright, so let's pick out our trusty weapons. So these are the enemies, all enemies. You'll face every enemy in endless mode, and they'll get tougher after each wave. And we also get to verse a bonus enemy who's right in the middle here called Mr. Moneybags. He's a big pain, but at the same time, if you do take him out, he gives you a crap ton of money. So here's hoping we can pull that off. So we're going to have a Ring of Lightning, of course. Now, we want to make use of every surface, so we're going to have a ceiling trap, which we don't usually use because all of them are unupgraded to hell. But we're gonna still try and use some of them. So we'll go with Lightning. Adept at flying flyers, never mind. I'm a little bit dyslexic. Maybe a dart spitter. So we'll go with a dart spitter, I think. Then we'll have our arrow wall, which we recently upgraded to max. Then what else should we have? Let's keep our healing trinket and our mana rage trinket. I think that was a good idea. Spikes and brimstone for the floor. We can start off using spikes and then swap to brimstone later. Now we do have these floor portals. Teleports enemies back to the start, resets after firing. I don't know how well that'll do, but it could save us if we place them at the end. Maybe not. What about these spike walls? Damages and throws enemies back, affects even large enemies. Interesting. Do we need barricades on this map? I don't think so. Just trying to think, what else could we... Ooh, our lovely grinder, so maybe barricades would be a good idea. Yeah. Okay, we'll try this. I don't know how amazing it'll be, but we get 5 grand to start off with. So, let's just do... I wonder. See, I don't know if sappers come in this. I think they might. Because it does say all enemies. But... yeah, there are little kobold sappers here, so I presume they do show up at some point. So we won't want the barricades early on, because that'd be just way too easy for the enemies. So, let's try and make a sort of kill pit down here. Let's put a barricade... If we put a barricade right there, will that actually stop any of them coming through? I don't think so. And yeah, they'd be able to get around here, wouldn't they? Yep, they'd just literally go around. Okay, so barricades kind of do nothing. Let's actually just get rid of them. Because the only way we'd actually use them is if we put them at the start. And if we put them at the start, then they're just going to get blown up. And there goes our money. So... let's instead use... What else can we use? Spring trap? Could be an idea. Archers? No, probably not. I wonder... what else could we... I keep coming back to this spike wall, so I think we're going to go with the spike wall. Just because it's a massive trap. It just smashes enemies in the face. So, let's start off by lining up a bunch of these on either side. And we'll just start with that, shall we? See where we go from there. Okay, so as you can see, wave 1 at the top, there is no of wave something else, so clearly it's just keep going until the waves run out, which they don't, so just keep going as long as you can, really. And because we have just only, like, upgraded a few things, let's be honest, we haven't maxed out everything just yet. So we're not going to have the best time in dealing with all of these guys just yet, but maybe once we start maxing out some more of our traps and things, it should get a little bit easier. Or at least we might have a bit more of a long-term strategy available to us. For now, we can just ring of lightning and shoot, which seems to work quite well for us. Oh, and Mr. Moneybags, the guy that gives us a crap ton of money, I believe shows up every 5 rounds. So we should see him first on round 5, and then 10. He usually comes at the end of the round. But he is incredibly handy. Alright. I think that'll do us for the next wave.
Let's go!
And the problem is they come out of both sides straight away. There's no mercy on endless mode. It just tells you to deal with it. Oh, I just realized we didn't pick Tar. Tar would have been helpful. Damn. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We can handle it. There we go. Okay. A little bit of space between us and them. Have a bit of a breather. I probably shouldn't have started off with the trap I had no upgrades for. That was probably a bit of a silly idea. But that's alright. That's how we learn. Silly ideas first, then we fix them later. It's alright, they're not gonna get through. We're all good, we're all safe. And it seems like some people are still stuck up here. See, our traps are already working well. Would you look at that? Alright, so what can we do?
Orc,
start off with some brimstone. And then maybe we'll start decking out down here as well. Might be a good idea. Lightning for this side because it's got less traps. Oh, little Kobold. Did not notice you start running fast. Alright, so I think to get 5 skulls you need to get to wave 40, I believe. And to get a trophy or a Steam achievement, you need to get to wave 50, which, to put into context, I've only ever done once. So it is quite bloody difficult to get to wave 50, because I don't know any of the professional strats. But supposedly you can go infinite in this game. I don't know how, but once you get enough, I think the mushrooms or something, once you get enough of them, it doesn't matter what they send out or how strong they are, you can just always deal with them. Which is a little bit overpowered, but that's fine. We'll figure out the strategies in due time. And the best part is, there's no time that you need to manage.
Right there, that's a spot.
It's all just at your own pace. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? So, fill up this back area with some spikes. Got our wall spikes. And then let's just go. Because I honestly don't know how long I'm going to last in these endless modes. So I'm recording this quite early. But I guess we'll find out. Because these videos, well, at least these endless ones, I plan on just recording exactly how long I actually last for, and then that'll be the end of the video. So if an endless match literally goes only for 5 rounds, that's going to be the endless match for that map, and then we're moving on. No excuses. One try each time. No room for improvement. We're just gonna give it our best, just like with every other map that we play, and see how we do. And yeah, that does mean that playing on this map is going to be a lot harder than playing on a similar map in the future, just because we'll have a bunch more upgrades available to us, and we'll be able to have spent a few more skulls on what we need. Alright, so let's put up some more brimstone, because I think we'll have enough money by the end of this. Oh, no, never mind. We don't get a lot of money at the end of the round, so that's fine. It's perfectly fine. Let's just do this instead.
Let's roll.
Alright, this is wave 5, so we should be seeing Mr. Moneybags at some point during this. That is not Mr. Moneybags, that is a fat ogre. We should work on taking out quickly. There we go. Mr. Moneybags also has like a little, I think it's a slot machine sound when he comes onto the map. So we'll know when he gets here. Oh god, are they? God damn it, really? Okay, well we lost one life, but that's okay. There you go, that's the Moneybags sound. Okay, so we lost one life to a Kobold runner, but that's okay. Endless mode isn't about lives, it's about survival. So we can, it's basically like BTD. Doesn't matter if you run out of 19 out of 20 lives, or 199 out of 200. You're fine, so long as you're still alive. So yeah, this is Mr. Moneybags. He's a very beefy character, but if you stun him in place, you get a nice 1,000 gold just for beating him only. And as you can see, these ogres get knocked around by these spikers, which is quite nice. Okay, there we go. So now we're starting to get a bit more money, which is nice.
I'll never see it coming.
And what else do I want to place? Let's place some of these spikes. These arrow walls, sorry. I feel like we're not placing enough of them. These Kobold runners are going to be the death of me. Except for when they have brimstone, they're just going to run through all of my defense and trigger all my traps without actually dying to them. Which sucks. So we need to try and stop them as quickly as we can. Luckily these spikes reset quickly, but every other trap takes a while, so that's gonna suck. There we go. Slow them down a bit. But yeah, I think for future endless modes we're gonna need these spore mushrooms, I believe they're called. They're nothing special. Well, they are pretty special. They're quite unique. They turn enemies onto your side, but they do not live very long. And by turn them onto our side, I mean they will literally fight the other enemies, which is pretty nice, actually. So, if we have like... Actually, if we sell these,
some new decorations.
Put grinders here instead. And then we can put like brimstone here for anyone that tries to use the middle path. I think that'll be quite nice.
Time to go to
Alright,
work.
let's keep it going. We don't get many breaks in the later rounds, so we're gonna try and use them wisely. See, this is why I didn't use barricades. Just because there are sappers, and if we put them up close, we could literally not stop them from blowing up the barricades. It would be practically impossible. Hello. There we go. Oh damn, I am low on health. I don't know how or when that happened, but it's fine. Our lovely healing trinket should help us out. Is our healing trinket actually healing me passively? Okay, yeah it is. It is. It's just very slow about it. I guess I could upgrade it to increase the healing rate, couldn't I? We just need to watch out for those guys. They're the ones that keep hitting me from a distance. Bam. Alright, but that's good. We got a little bit of breathing room before jumping into the next lot. Ooh, we can even place him there. Here? No, not there, sadly. Let's put like a last resort sort of brimstone back here.
Looking good.
I feel like that's a good idea. And then what's going on over here? Someone's stuck. Someone's stuck. Sorry about that, friend. Just needed some time to place some things. Okay. And our health is regenerating quite slowly, but still,
Let's go.
nonetheless, it is regenerating. But yeah, as you can see, it just starts off real easy by sending you a bunch of just light orc warriors and things like that. Then it slowly picks up to sending big ogres and flame ogres and gnoll hunters. It ramps it up pretty quickly, if I might say so myself. Let's go with some lightning. Can't go wrong there. Ogre's dead. Perfect. Alright, so, you know, I'm keeping relatively calm and collected now, but later on I'm going to be panicking like all hell trying to keep all these guys in check. But we seem to be alright for the time being. And the only problem we'll have in the future is that, unlike balloons, where, like, I don't think any balloon in BTD6 or BTD5 actually gains more health as the rounds go on, but instead they gain speed. Well, in this game, they gain health instead of speed, and so some things will literally become pretty much impossible to kill later on, which is why you need things like the spore mushrooms to turn them onto your side, so that the enemies can try their best to kill them, instead of you having to. Let's do that. You try and bob and weave these bloody archers, but they still hit you anyway. I swear, you've got pretty good aimbot. Alright, let's retreat down here a little bit. There we go. These spike walls are honestly doing quite good work, even though, like, they're unupgraded. They're doing very well for, like, keeping the big guys back. Surprisingly so. Let's just take you down a notch. There we go. Got our last resorts. Burn ogre. Good boy. Alright. So now we can relatively safely collect our gold and place our
Sometimes I almost feel bad for the orcs. Except, not really.
Alright, alright. How do we want to do this? Let's put some spike traps here.
It's about to
I'm just trying my best to, like, I don't even know, like, trying to get ahead of the game and take out as many as I can, as early as I can. Because I think at one point, I'm not sure at what point that is, but at one point you stop getting breaks, or you stop getting long breaks. You still get the short ones of like 5 seconds or so in between rounds, but you stop getting the long breaks where it's like start it whenever you want it. Okay, we got another Mr. Moneybags. It's round 10 overall. But as you can see, we're already getting things like frost ogres as well, which is gonna be a massive pain considering our ring of lightning has a frost attack, or at least a frosty attack. Come on, do me proud, Stone Staff. Thank you. Stupid crossbows. Alright, so this is Mr. Moneybags. Grinders trying their best, but obviously they can't deal as much damage as we can. And there's another grand for us. Beautiful. Alright. Let's just work on this.
Ooh, here's a good one.
Oh boy. So let's put up one of these as well. So we've already got one Earth Lord on us, which is reason enough to focus on that side. The only problem is, where there's one Earth Lord, there's usually multiple Earth Lords. Those are Earth Elementals. There you go, there's the next one. I was waiting for the sound. Okay, come on. Doing fine for now. Everybody's choosing to avoid the grinders, which is, in a way, quite good. It's like a secret barricade that we never meant to place. It costs a little bit more, but hey, it does the job. Alright, where is that shaman? Is he still alive? God. Is he? No, he's not anymore. Okay, there we go. Problem solved. Shaman's gone. Last guy, last two guys. Go, beautiful. Alright. Place some of these ceiling traps, eh? See what they're all about. Now we should probably be getting a big guy on this side. Earth Lord. That's typically how it works in Endless, like in the regular story mode. It'll start you off easy, one side first, then the other. Whereas in this, they'll start you off with both sides no matter what, but it'll start off with a new enemy on one side and then the other, instead of a new wave. But we seem to be doing not too bad. Obviously besides these little sprinters. But we are actually holding our own, for the most part, quite well. I think it's because the big guys get flung back, and they already walk kind of slowly compared to everybody else. So,
a treat for you.
Just, wow, really? I can fit two on that side, but not two on this side. Interesting. Or three, I should say. Come on now, Frosty. You know it's your bedtime. There you go. Alright. Get a little bit of a break. We won't be able to keep these for long, because we do in fact lose them later. Or maybe that's Nightmare mode, and I've got things completely confused. Who knows? Who knows? These spike balls are doing their job quite well, I'd say. Oh my god. Okay, so here's a new enemy we haven't versed yet. Gnoll Grenaders. They are introduced in Nightmare mode, and they're basically like Gnoll Hunters, except the fact that they can throw grenades. Just like that. So they'll throw grenades at you and try and blow you up, instead of running up into your face. So you really have to... They're basically like archers that are hunting you down. So you just have to lure them a little bit further away so that they get a bit closer to your traps. So you've just got to bait them. Very simple. Just like these guys. Very simple.
Good times. This should make my point. Time to go to work.
A little bit more effort on this side. I think it's worth it. And this side seems to be doing alright by itself. For now. Those armoured ogres are actually quite tough. They're like Mr. Moneybags tough, but they don't give you a fat reward after. Which kind of sucks, but whatever. Alright. Well, we've made it to round 14 so far. Damn good. Our goal is, well, ideally I'd like to get to 40. But this map is so short that it is quite difficult to get to anywhere near a high round. So I'm not really too confident about what round we'll actually get to. But yeah, I'd like to say 40. I just know that that's probably not going to happen.
It's an orc barbecue.
Wave 15. Oh boy. This is where shit starts hitting the fan. When they send out 2 Earth Lords on the same side, that's when you know things are going wrong immediately. Luckily though, these big walls can actually slap them back. And there's usually very few ways to slap back such big targets. And as you can see, there's 2 more. So this is the round I usually lose quite a few lives on, just because of the amount of Earth Elementals, or Earth Lords as well. It is insane how easy it is to lose right here, right now. And it won't even be to the Earth Lords themselves, it'll be to the small guys that come out of them. Just trying to like lure them in so that both Mr. Moneybags and them are getting hit. How you feeling, Mr. Moneybags? I'll finish you off first. And try and lure this guy backwards a bit. There we go. Come on, surely we can take these guys out together. There we go, alright. So we actually did better on that than I ever expected to do. Like,
This should shut
at all.
their traps. Get it? Traps?
So, let's do this. Make it even more of a death box. And then extend out our spikes a little bit further as well. Shall we? Yeah, look at that. Isn't that just a beautiful looking death trap? Especially with that ceiling trap starting off there. Alright, let's keep going. Keep it going. There's no point in stalling in endless mode. At least I don't think there is. Alright, summon up Storm. The only other thing is that as endless mode goes on, orcs are worth less money. So if you saw at the start of the game, killing a regular orc was worth about 17. But now, it's worth like 8. So that's going to be a very detrimental factor to us being able to live till round 40. Or just in general. Because they're not dropping the same amount of coins every time. We're screwed. That's alright. Taken out. We need to sprint away from that because it is quite strong and it's a bit of a homing missile. God damn it, just find out. You know what? I'm peacing out. I don't care. Running over here. Screw you. Deal with my spike traps. Sorted. There we go. Alright.
The last thing you'll ever see.
Once again, sappers. The entire reason why we don't have barricades, because they'd be useless. Honestly though, our weapons themselves and traps are doing quite well. Like, the only thing that's really getting far is anything that runs on the outside of the spike walls. Or anything that's just got insane amounts of health, like the Earth Lords. Stupid Hobgoblin Shamans, though. They're in for a beating. Good luck getting it out. Oh, no, you're not escaping. There you go. Okay. So we're not doing too terribly. Let's throw that up real quick. Earth Lord on which side? On the right side, okay. That's fine, that's fine. We can deal with one. It's only when they bring out 4. That's when it's an actual attack. I'm trying to lure him over to the spike wall so he gets flung back. Clearly does not work very well. It's fine, we got that one gone. Null grenaders are gone. Yeah, it's all these guys that actually get through in the end. Like, the Earthlords themselves aren't the issue. It's the very tiny guys at the end that just slip on through. Oh yes, absolutely massacred. Come on. There we go. And boom. Woo. Alright. Getting a bit dicey, but we've made it to wave 20. Which is pretty damn good.
Sharp spikes meet tender toes.
Let's keep going. May as well. I mean, I don't think anyone's going to step there realistically, so we'll put that there. Alright.
Let's go.
Let's try and protect this side as much as we can, because it is still very weak. Alright, damn, we've been going for a while now. Wave 19. That's pretty intense. As you can see, they're just trying to murder us. Because the only way you can lose lives in this is if enemies get through to the end, or if you die. So essentially, they're going to try and do one of two things. They're going to try and overwhelm you, or they're going to try and kill you by sending out a bunch of Gnoll Hunters. Either way, they're just trying to lower your rift points down to 0. So, if for the most part we can take care of ourselves and our traps can take care of the rest, then we should be
this
aces.
Will be good. Let's go.
Here we go, round 20. Even the sappers, man, like, they slowly become death traps too. Death sentences. But yeah, I believe the key to actually beating, or like going infinite in these things, is either stalling infinitely. Oh god. Let me out of here. Please, 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 please. Go. Oh, I thought they were right behind me again. It's all good. That's one of the real quick ways they can end you. Is just not knowing that there's a bunch of bloody Gnoll Hunters after you. That's one of the very quick ways they can end you. Or the stuns. If you get caught with the stun by an ogre, and there happens to be another ogre around, you're so dead. You can get stun locked very easily. I think if you're like the War Mage, this character, you have a chance of survival if you had full health. It might hit you like 2 or 3 times, and you have a very slim chance to actually live. But if you're the other character who starts off with less health but more mana, you are dead. It's just fact.
These orcs must die.
Alright. Let's put up some of these bad boys. Alright. They are pushing us back quite a bit, but at the same time, we are getting quite a lot of kills before they get there, which is pretty damn good. There we go. Oh boy, they're sending out ogres. I mean, cyclopses. Those are never good. Cyclopses have been the end of me in so many Orcs Must Die 2 games. Come on. Yes. Mess him up. There we go. Try and just do your job. Nice. Whew. Alright, we're getting there, Yep, send them back and spray them.
This is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. No, wait, other way around.
Alrighty, bring it. Yeah, I did figure this would go for a while. Or at least endless mode in general, not necessarily this map. I thought this map would be a little bit quicker, but apparently I've made very good choices. Oh, but there's potentially a game ender. Sending out a couple of Earthboards this side. Never mind, they're sending out more than a couple. Can I just get you all to come over here? Closer to the wall. You know? I feel like you'd like it more. Who's over here actually getting through? Stop that, please. Oh. Honestly though, look at how many there are. This is where people lose. And they just stack up way too many of them. The odds are never in your favor. Oh, did we just get a bonus skull from doing something? Hell yeah. Luckily the shamans can't resurrect these guys, no matter what, just because they're made out of earth and rock rather than flesh, I presume. But yeah, we actually got through that. That was nice.
Let's go.
Oh boy, you did that on purpose, I swear.
Right there, that's the spot.
Put some spikies there, put some spikies there. Alright, let's throw down some lightning. And how about I just stay back here until the Cyclopses are done? Sounds like a good plan to me. You think you can just run straight for me and make it without being slapped in the face or knocked to the ground? Hell no. It takes effort to get to me. There we go. As you can see, taking down these armored ogres are getting harder and harder as the waves progress. So we're gonna need some sort of assistance very soon. We've got like, when I say we've got like 0 late game, I mean it. Like none of these can go infinite, to be honest. Not easily, at least. I mean, the best thing that we've got right now is probably those spike walls that are unupgraded. So we're definitely going to upgrade them before our next endless level. So that'll be handy. At the same time, we have been meaning to upgrade our lightning ring to the max level for some time as well. And I believe after we finish this, we should be able to afford it. Hey, there we go. Okay. So let's collect our coinage. So it is going to get a bit more laggy, just because we have so many traps and so many hitboxes up.
Sharp spikes, tender toe.
But that's okay. Okay, we can't afford that just yet. It's alright. You know what, we'll place the one for now. Let's go. Keep it going. And some of you have mentioned Orcs Must Die 3 is out. But sadly, like you have also mentioned, it is a Stadia exclusive for the time being. It will be coming to Steam, so don't get me wrong. Even though it is out right now, I'm not going to play it on bloody Stadia. I will wait for it to come to Steam, which should be sometime in the near future, hopefully. It said that it had a year of Stadia exclusivity, and I think it came out last year sometime. So, he is hoping that at some point I will have Orcs Must Die 3 content in Wall. And if that happens anytime soon, Orcs Must Die 2 is going to be put on the back burner, just because Orcs Must Die 3 is a new and amazing experience for me. And I'd like to show it off as best as I can to all of you guys at home, because I will most certainly be recording my first playthrough and what I think of everything, because I've seen little snippets, but I guarantee there's a whole lot more that I haven't seen yet. So that'll be interesting to find and figure out. Oh wow, did that troll actually just die to natural traps? Okay. As you can see, things are getting a little bit hairy.
just for you.
In terms of how far everybody's getting. And we're almost, like, running out of money. Oh god, no. Please stop that. Okay, there we go. The only bad thing about those Gnoll Hunters is their attacks slow you down. So if you get hit once, you're more likely going to get hit twice, and then it slows you down even more. So you really have to figure a way out of that one to actually make sure you live. Lightning, please help here. Oh yeah, it's helping. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Maybe as the levels progress, we can slowly start swapping out spikes for brimstone. Like this, if we can make it in time. Oh wait, no, someone's stuck. Gotta help them out. Like this.
Burn, Orky, burn!
And just sell it and replace it with something that can burn and deal a bit more damage, potentially. Alright, we're doing relatively well so far. I'd say around 27. Only one life lost. That's pretty good in my eyes. That's pretty terrible in BTD 6 standards, but it's okay.
I live for that,
Alright. I believe another thing that sucks about the Cyclops is that their attacks also drain away your magicka. So, if they hit you repeatedly, you're going to have no magic to actually deal with them, which really sucks. Wow, that actually missed. Alright, that's fine. There we go. So if you're wondering why I spammed the lightning, all trolls in this game are...
Another sweet skull.
It's not resistant to, are weak to. They are all weak to lightning and fire. So if you ever see me start spamming lightning, it's probably because there's trolls. And that's why I've also got brimstone handy, is because it's just a really handy and very strong trap, and for the most part it damages everyone except for the fire ogres. Those are the only guys that are actually immune to it, alongside another guy that shows up in the DLCs, but we won't talk about that. We're not going into the DLCs, that would be insane. Alright, come on, Swamp Troll, there you go. And I hate to break it to you guys, but I am doing quite well here. And that's not a bad thing, but just for future reference, don't expect me to do well in every endless mode, because I'm just getting lucky at this point. I'm not gonna lie about it, I've never usually done this well on this map specifically. Usually I've died well before now, but apparently these spike walls have just been a really good idea. So yeah, that's actually great for me, but I hope it doesn't raise your expectations, because I'm not going to do this well on every map. That's just a fact. I'm going to die much earlier, maybe even much later, depending on the map, but I hope you guys don't think that I'm just going to smash out all of these round 40 onwards easy as, but yeah. Just making sure. Just making sure. Alright, we've got these little earthlings. They are getting pretty far. Oh boy. This earthboard seems to have taken, like, no damage whatsoever throughout the entire course of the map. That's okay. We've got our trusty handy dandy stone staff with us. to save the day. And this guy seems like he's been knocked about quite a bit before actually coming to us. I think that's the only upside of Earth Elementals, is that they don't regenerate health. Alright.
Killing season.
Ooh, wave 30. We're getting there. This is probably one of the other waves that could heavily screw us over. Oh, I thought there was a spider on my arm. Whew. I just moved my arm in a weird position, and since I've been sat still so long, I thought maybe spiders would have thought, huh, it's just an object. It's all good to come out. It's happened before, that's why I thought it was a bloody spider, but it was just like my phone. Just nudged my phone accidentally. But, yeah, it was a bloody big spider. Oh, I should probably tell that story. So I think I was just sitting watching YouTube, and I was just full concentration on YouTube. I had not moved a literal muscle, except for my eyeballs to look at different parts of the screen, in like a few hours, right? So I was barely stationary, almost statue-like, you might say. And basically a spider just like crawled onto my arm, and I didn't feel it at first, but then I don't know, it must have like kicked its leg or something, but it didn't bite me. Crap, there goes another life, and there goes another two. But essentially, yeah, okay, we're just gonna leave those. But essentially, it crawled up on my arm and it must have made a move or something, because I then looked down to my hand and saw a bloody big spider. Like, I'm talking... how can I explain this? Oh, did we kill Mr. Moneybags accidentally really early on? Huh, that's cool. But yeah, this spider was quite massive. And so, I'd say it was about... Let's see, what can a lot of people relate to? I'd say it was about, like, you know the balls that you play handball with in school? Like, they're kind of rubbery and you can bounce them really high, and you can hit them with your palm very easily, but they're not the size of your palm, they're a little bit smaller. It's about the same size as that. That was roughly the size of the spider. It wasn't the size of my palm, but it was pretty damn close. Anyway, I saw that on my hand, and of course, initial reaction to seeing a big-ass spider on my hand that could potentially bite me and turn me into a friendly neighborhood superhero, I jumped up, and I flicked my hand and wrist and arm as hard as I could, almost like you're throwing a dodgeball, like you're about to murder someone. You know, your hand hurts afterwards, and you're just like, why did I throw it that hard? It's just a game, but you still do it again and again, over and over. But yeah, that's how hard I flicked my wrist, and it did hurt afterwards, not gonna lie. But yeah, the spider suddenly shot across the room onto the wall. I think it dropped to the floor, but this is the worst part about this story, is I called my dad in to help me move some of the things in my room around to find this spider and remove it peacefully. I was not going to offer the boot or the thong or any sort of footwear to this spider's life. I was very pleased with finding him and happily delivering him outside somewhere away from me so that he wouldn't come back. But we couldn't actually find the spider again. I knew it existed because I had a panic attack about it. But yeah, we flipped over my room and we could literally not find anything. So even to this day, that spider could very well still be living here, or its siblings, or its relatives, or its children could be living in my room at this point in time. And I'm not going to go searching for them. I'm not going to go stirring up trouble while there isn't any currently in front of me. But damn, these guys are just getting slapped all the way back. But yeah, so we can end up finding that spider. I'm not gonna pursue it. It's seemed to learn its lesson that it's not gonna pursue me. So we're all good. And I don't think either one of us wants to meet the other anytime soon.
Killing season.
Alright, damn. Round 33, we are crushing it. But you'll slowly realize, as you play this endless mode, or as you see me play it, that the main thing that's actually getting through every single time is, just like I said, the bloody Earth Lords. They're the one thing that managed to sneak through, and the things that are, like, a big threat to me are the Gnoll Hunters and the Ogres because of their stun and their slow ability. But yeah, these Earth Lords, if they don't get slapped back by the spikes at the start a lot, it honestly will easily kill me. Like, if I did not have the spike walls to smack them back and delay them a little bit, I would easily be dead right now. You saw what happened when the Earth Lords got to the end here. I just got swarmed, I did not have the mana to deal with them, and so they just had to go straight past. And that's the worst part. If you've got one stunned, and like, you kill it, it suddenly becomes unstunned as its baby versions. Which really sucks. But it is what it is. You can't really mess with that too much. So we may as well... Oh really? We can't put one of those there. Oh, it was on this side. Right, there we go. Oh, alright, there we go. But, yeah, back to the spider story. I just remembered what I was about to say. I have thought that maybe, because the circumstances were that I've been watching YouTube for 2 hours, at least, straight, and also the fact that in my youth I would have done this very late at night, it is somewhat possible. I don't like to think this is the case. I like to think that I have a very sound mind and knew exactly what happened, but it is quite possible, considering that we could not find the spider, that maybe because it was late at night, because I was watching YouTube, then maybe my mind kind of... Oh, I died. May have made up the spider. And made me freak out for literally no reason, and I may have hallucinated it. Because when you don't get enough sleep, which as a child of my... Well, I say as a child, I'm still kind of a bit of a child, or at least I'm as immature as one. But around that age, I was still pretty immature and pretty young. And so, not getting enough sleep, not realizing I need to get enough sleep, I hadn't done so for many nights in a row. So it is quite possible that the sleep deprivation did cause me to hallucinate the spider on my hand. But I'm pretty sure it didn't. I'm pretty sure the spider is just the David Blaine in the spider world. And he just pulled a fast one on me. Alright, they're sending all these ogres out at me. They don't seem to be actually living, but you know, good effort. Yeah, the half. These guys seem to know what they're doing. Come on. Oh no. These bloody shamans. They take priority, I'm sorry, ogre. Okay. We've only got 5 lives left. We've been going for 50 minutes according to the timer at the bottom of the map. So, this is going to be a long one, but I think it's about to be cut short by whatever the next wave is. Because I'm not sure how much we can last, or how much longer we can last here. Especially not without any breaks, because we literally can't really place anything else. Like, we honestly can't do all that much more. Because there's like 3 seconds in between each round to actually make adjustments, like selling things to put something stronger down. And then, even if we were able to do that, our defenses would not be that strong anyway. And these fire ogres keep wasting all my brimstone when it doesn't bloody work on them. Come on. The only other interaction that I've actually had with like a spider would be like a few years ago. Now this is a while ago, but we're gonna need to use this mana bloody thing. Oh god. Really? How did that hit me? I totally juked that. Alright. Screw you, you stupid cyclops. Alright. So we're most likely going to lose to this wave. But the only other experience with a spider I've ever had, or like a big one, is that a few years back, there is a window in my room, and it used to be connected to the outside. And while it was connected to the outside at one point, I just remember one night, came home from school. Well, not one night, but one night I walked into my room essentially after having a long day at school, and I opened my blinds and freaked the absolute F out because there was a huntsman spider on my window, and the reason I freaked the F out was I didn't realize it was on the outside at the time. So I thought, there's a huntsman spider on my window, and as a kid I thought, huntsman spiders are natural born killers, that's why they're called huntsmen. It's gonna jump at me and like strangle my throat with its 8 legs and then eat through it or something. Right, so those were my natural childish instincts, and so I immediately freaked out, got my mum and dad into the room to have a look, and they realized that it wasn't on the inside of the window upon closer inspection, which I was scared for their lives as well as my own at that point. But whoa, nice moves, bro. But upon closer inspection, the spider was in fact on the outside, meaning it was literally outside of the house. So that was actually perfectly fine, and we just kind of let him do his thing and go home, or do whatever, because he wasn't getting in. My window doesn't open, well it does open, but there's like a fly screen and some mesh in the way, so air can come through, but nothing bigger than air can get through. So we were all good on that point, but that also freaked me the hell out. These guys might be the death of me. Oh no, we're good. But yeah, that was my only other experience with a spider up close, I'd say. Every other experience has just been a daddy long legs, which is very pathetic and won't actually do anything bad to you. And I think this will be it, guys. So I don't think I can defend off all these trolls. Mana rage, maybe? Stop, please. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, we good, we good. I just need to kill all of these guys easily. Okay, somehow we actually managed that.
Away we go.
But yeah, essentially, those were the only 2 up-close encounters I've had with spiders. Both of them freaked me out, but now... It would freak me out now even more if I had that huntsman spider encounter again, just because after a renovation that has happened relatively recently compared to the span of my life, I think it was like a few years ago, the window that used to lead to the outside now leads to another part of the house because we had an extension built. And so if I saw a spider on there, like a huntsman Now, I'd be like, oh crap, that's technically inside the house. I don't know what to do about that. Just like this situation right now, because those armored ogres are not giving up, and these traps are all resetting. So, I think this will be it, my friends. I can't do much about this. Especially not an Earth Lord that close to the finish line. So I believe this will be GG. Unless I can pull something amazing out of my ass. Because these small ones are going to get through. I just can't kill them in time. GG. Oh. We almost got 5 skulls. That's a shame. We got 2 wave 40, but we did not beat wave 40. Oh, well, wave 39. Whew. But look at all those bonus skulls. There you go. This is the reason you do endless. It does take an hour or so, but it's worth it in the end. So, I think we learned some very important lessons today. Number 1, Ring of Lightning is worth saving up for. And number 2, play of the game goes to the spike wall, and we haven't even upgraded it. Makes targets bleed, also stuns targets. Let's make them bleed, and let's increase the damage that we deal with it, because that is such a good trap to have. I'm losing my vocabulary. It is quite late now. It's around 11 o'clock. But alright, so that was the first endless level. Tunnels. We'll be moving on to Hidden Gulch in the next one, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Special thank you for anyone that's been listening this long and has actually watched the entire video. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys. Stay safe.